This video is designed to hopefully help you if you're in a streaming rut and see what mistakes led me to drop the ball big time with my Twitch channel. I loved streaming on Twitch, but in the long run, I really did some things that killed the vibe of the channel and just stopped people from coming back, and I hope I can help you. Welcome to the Toxic Talk podcast, the podcast where we tip poison on all topics but provide the antidote for your boredom. My name is Toxicity and I'm the host of the podcast. I'm a streamer and content creator here on YouTube, and I hope you get something out of these videos. This video is something that I've wanted to record for a long time. I've been going through so many ways that I wanted to record this, if I record it over gameplay, or if I just put up the Toxic Talk background and just let it run. I started streaming in December of 2020. I was bored. I just recently moved over to Queensland from WA. I didn't have much friends over here in Queensland, and I just really wanted to network and just play games for fun and do something that I've wanted to do for a long time. In December, I hit affiliate really quickly after I started, and then my first full month of being affiliate was January. February, I started a project that I hold dear to my heart called the Simplicity SMP, but that's a thing that I'll mention in another video and won't be mentioned in this video anymore. So during that time, I was majority a Minecraft streamer. I joined a bunch of SMPs and I was networking and making lots of friends around the place. Minecraft was obviously my primary source of content. I was playing Bed Wars, like Hunger Games, mini games. I launched like the SMP server. I had my own little community server for a little while there, and I also had like a hardcore Let's Play series that I was just playing through. So pretty much all the forms of Minecraft you can think of I was playing, and that's my primary content that I was using. I also mixed in some Fortnite. I did a lot of community games like hide and seek, and we did, streamer versus the lobby, things like that, and it really worked for me. I was building a nice community. Everything was going so well. I hit 1,000 followers around my birthday in April. It was literally my birthday stream. We hit 1,000. And fast forward to August, I hit 2,000 followers and things were going really, really well. September, I had a really good month streaming. It was my highest ever averaging month. I was being recommended a lot, and I was trying new games like Valorant, and just mixing some new things in that people seem to really enjoy. October and November were really difficult months for me in 2021, obviously due to COVID. It affected a lot of people. And personally, since moving over to Queensland, I wasn't able to get back home and see my family. This really affected me mentally. The streams slowed down, the content slowed down, I was not as interactive in my Discord community, and things just kind of went from bad to worse, because every time I would have a trip booked home, I was excited, I was talking about it on stream, and then it'd get bumped back because the governments were bring in all these rules and things like that, and it just really wasn't working. And I stepped back. I had some mental breaks, but it really damaged my time on Twitch and my streaming, to the point where I'd stopped streaming for like 2-3 weeks just straight up, just because I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And then when I started coming back to streaming slowly during November, it was towards the end of November where Twitch was having really bad follow bots and hate raids events going on. And I got hit with my first follow bot, followed by a hate raid, and then my second follow bot in early December. I had no idea how to fix these things. Everyone was being affected really badly. I thought they were targeting me personally as a streamer. I didn't know how to fix what was happening. And again, due to me having some bad, mental health issues, due to not being able to see my family, not being able to stream, and not being able to have things run such like fluently and efficiently, it just hit me really hard. Having 3 bad streams in a row where things were going wrong and were affecting the people that were watching my stream, I felt really bad, and it took everything out of me, and I was blaming myself for not being able to put out the best stream that I could. So I took a little bit more time off there to figure out what was happening. Then it all came to light that Twitch was having issues. There was big streamers being affected by the hate raids and everything, and it was just not a good time to stream on Twitch. I know some people were completely fine and not affected by it. They were the lucky ones, obviously, but I decided to come back around Christmas. I had an awesome stream. We did a bunch of community events, And then in January 2022, I decided to go as full-time as I could. Obviously, I had a full-time job outside of streaming, so full-time to me was every night, basically. I'd come in, I would stream 3-4 hours a night, I'd play games with viewers, I'd make YouTube content, and I made a massive mistake because obviously I was working full-time and then coming back and jumping straight into it. I had no time to think about my mental health. It just was the worst mistake to do. Obviously, you need to build yourself up to going full time. You can't just have a bunch of time off and come back and just jump straight into it. You need to come back and build a community. You need to build people that will come through and support you going full time. But I don't know what I did. I just jumped straight into it. And January 22, and I'm gonna combine February in this as well. But for 6 or 7 weeks, I was streaming 4 or 5 times a week. As much as I could, and then also trying to pop out YouTube content and full videos, shorts, everything like that. And I really burnt myself out, and then I wasn't enjoying playing games as much. My main mistake was I was playing 5 or 6 random games and not scheduling the games properly. So I was announcing that I was streaming in the morning. I had schedules going, but every morning I would just pop in my Discord, oh, I'm gonna go live tonight, this is what I'm gonna be playing. But then when I got there, I would switch up the game. So the people that were gonna come and watch that game had to watch another game. And I was basically confusing my community. I was unorganized. I was just playing like Minecraft, Fortnite, Valorant, Pokemon. I don't know. There's a bunch of different games that I was just mixing in. And I had no time to have any continuity with the games that I was playing and connect with people. Because once you start switching between all the different games, you don't get recommended as much, especially if it hits your viewer count or things like that. Like it was just a scramble and it was a mess. So the things weren't working, and I discovered quickly that the best way to start your streams obviously were to announce what games you're playing before you're playing, but also to spend some time in just chatting, to connect with your community, let them know what you're going to be playing, let them know your goals, maybe even run through some plans for the week or what happened. Create a personal touch for your streams. And that's one thing that I was really lacking at the time. I was just coming out playing games, not having any organization, and it was just all over the place. It was very clear that things weren't working. I spent way too much time pushing random things out to random people and not sitting down going, okay, what does my community want to see? What do I actually want to play? I was just seeing all these big streamers do these things, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I didn't enjoy it personally. My followers dropped off. My viewer count dropped off. Not that Twitch is about numbers, because I was like, I'm a small streamer, so I should just be focusing on the enjoyment. So by March, I really slowed down. I went back to just playing Minecraft. It was a good couple months, and Minecraft was really such a good thing for my channel because that's what I built my Twitch channel from. But then there was a couple of personal things happened during March, and then by April, I didn't have any time to stream because I switched jobs. Work was running me into the ground, personal things were happening. So I decided to come back and do one stream on my birthday in April. It was a really nice birthday stream. We got to 2,900 followers. And by this stage, I burnt myself out so much that coming and streaming on Twitch was just, it was not the thing that I wanted to do. I was enjoying sitting down, editing and recording games with my friends a lot more than streaming. I burnt myself out to the point where I didn't really have much to talk about when I wanted to stream. I was all over the place. I was just playing games. Trying to connect with people was really hard. And it really felt like I missed a beat, and then it just felt like my stream personally, when I went and watched it back, I wouldn't want to be there. It just wasn't the place to be. And then also during that time, early in the year, Twitch was making all these changes, and it just wasn't the place to be due to all the raids and follow bots and things like that. So at the start of May, I decided that I was going to stop streaming on Twitch. My Twitch channel sits on 2,900 followers, almost at 3K. I didn't want to hit 3K and then switch because I wanted to I wanted to have something there that I can show myself, like, this is what you could have had, but you lost it at the end there. And then I decided to switch completely to YouTube. I am now pumping out a lot more content on YouTube. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be changing soon in relation to what I post and how I post it. I'm going to start focusing on the content, the quality of the content over the quantity. But I just like having all my stuff in one spot. So that was basically my story, what happened on Twitch. So out of all of that, my 3 biggest mistakes when I sit here and look at it now is I spread myself way too thin multiple times, trying to stream day after day and not resting to give myself time to come up with new content and give myself a nice mental break was one of the biggest things that I let myself down with, and it was one of my biggest mistakes. If I had a day between a stream, I could have planned out content. I could have got some grindy, boring stuff out of the way and then been able to come in and make a better stream for myself. I was playing a massive variety of games without any real goals or direction. I was just spontaneous, playing whatever I wanted, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good thing if you want to have such a variety to your streams, but I didn't let people know what I was playing till when I was playing it. I didn't organize anything. It was just a mess. My streams weren't planned, my content wasn't planned, and that leads to people going, okay, well, if he's promising he's gonna play this and he's actually playing this, then why should I believe him when he's saying he's gonna go live? And then with the last one, which I really come to terms with recently, is I tried to do it all alone, especially with the bots and hate raids. I completely stopped networking and working with smaller creators. I said I wasn't going to mention it, but obviously the SMP that I ran and had a lot of dealings with, I like had that there, but I had struggled to network with the people that were involved with it, and I should have turned to them and asked for help, but I was too scared to ask for help, and yeah, in the end really ruined what I had flowing. Like, obviously I hit 1,000 followers in April 2021. I hit 2,000 followers in August 2021, and we were so close to 3K, and then things just, it just dropped off a cliff. So if you could take anything from this video, hopefully you can, like, hear me talk about my 3 biggest mistakes. And if you're finding yourself in a rut, it's okay to take a little bit of time off. Don't stream, just spend some time playing games with people in your Discord, spend time chatting with other streamers, or just, your friends in general. Try find a way to enjoy the games you're playing before going live, because if you don't enjoy the games, your community is definitely going to feel it, and that's going to have a negative effect on that. And you don't have to do it alone. There's people on Twitter, there's people on Twitch, there's people on Discord. As long as you're not self-promoting everywhere, you can go in and talk to other streamers about what they find is going well, what they find isn't working. That's just the main thing I hope you get from this video. I know I blurted out a whole bunch of information about, certain events that happened, but for some people, their Twitch journey is a bit of a blur. They're not sure what works, what doesn't work until they go through with it. And it was definitely a massive thing for me. Like, if I stayed with just playing Minecraft and Fortnite and just mixing them up and scheduling stuff, I probably would have hit 3K pretty well, and I probably would have a better standing in the community right now instead of starting fresh on YouTube. But that's just me personally. But I'm very lucky to have found a new home here on YouTube. I'm enjoying having all my content in one spot, being able to stream and post content. It's super fun. Like I said, I'm starting fresh from the start. It's not me on Twitch anymore. I'm completely on YouTube. I'm gonna get back into posting TikToks. But yeah, it's just, if I could say one thing about streaming, you gotta focus on your mental health. If your mental is not up to the standard of sitting there in a stream and playing 3 to 4 hours, then just don't do it. Have the night off, drink lots of water, reset, and then focus on what you can do next stream to make it better than the last. Because I know a lot of people just, they push themselves, they burn themselves to the ground, and they keep getting back up and doing the same things, when it's okay to have a break. It's okay to sit there and think, what can I do better? It's okay to ask people for advice. go back to your community, ask them what they want you to play and things like that. You know, if you have a Discord like I do, there's a whole bunch of people in there that are part of your community that just want to help, but you just have to ask them, and you need to know when to ask them, because I certainly didn't, and I'm paying for those mistakes. You know, I didn't hit 3K, which would have been a massive celebration, a massive thing for me, but I'm using that as a learning experience, and I'm going to rebound, and I'm going to come back, and, you know, I'm going to set my goals for YouTube. I'm going to plan out my content a lot more, and yeah, I'm just going to find so much more enjoyment, because, you know, the time off has really helped me think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Toxic Talk podcast. Let me know down below if you want to hear any more stories from Twitch, or things that I'm finding are working on YouTube, or anything like that. If there's any sort of topic you want to hear about any sort of game, let me know down below, and I can jump into chatting about that. My goals for this is to have a few people on that are streamers or are content creators, and just have a chat with them about, you know, their lives, what they find works, streaming and making content, and just have a nice chat and introduce you guys to a bunch of new creators. So from me, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about my story, and I hopefully will see you next time.